These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to a special celebrity edition of Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. And are you ready for a bit of drama here?
Oh, absolutely.
Ah, good. Doing their best to create a dramatic storyline against the Eggheads today are the Cliffhangers. Now, everyone on this team has displayed their acting skills on that staple of the TV schedules, the soap opera, that 30-minute slice of daily high drama often centred around the highs and lows of a dysfunctional family led by a tyrannical matriarch. Let's meet them.
Hi, my name's Lisa Maxwell, and you will have probably seen me in The Bill and as a loose woman. I'm not really a loose woman. I was on Loose Women, and I've been in EastEnders and Hollyoaks too.
Hello, my name's Sean Wilson, probably better known for playing the character Martin Platt in Coronation Street for 21 years. Now I'm the owner of an artisan cheese-making company making Lancashire cheeses in a handmade style, and I'm the host of the Great Northern Cookbook.
Hello, my name's Stephen Arnold, and I've been a professional actor for 28 years. I'm probably best known for playing Ashley Peacock in Coronation Street.
Hi, I'm Scott Wright, actor, and you'll know me as playing Sam Kingston in Coronation Street.
Hi, I'm Aidan Callahan. You've probably most recently seen me as Joe Roscoe in Hollyoaks, or maybe before as Miles D'Souza in Emmerdale.
So, Lisa and team, hello.
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 Great to see you. Lisa, you are in the team captain position.
I know, it's quite intimidating, I have to be honest, because I think this is a very smart bunch of boys.
No question. And have you got together and thought, OK, strengths, weaknesses and battle plan?
A sort of plan, although most of us were quite reluctant to say we're good at anything because we don't really want to get nominated for it. But we've got a few good sports people here.
Yeah, I love my sport.
Right.
I think
I
that'll
like
be...
sports
T-
as well, and
sports,
TV and film
TV
for
and
me.
film.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Hayden?
What about you, Sean? Bit of geography?
I've got to be looking at somewhere near food and drink.
Food and drink, of course, of course.
I'm good with archaeology, anthropology. No,
Right.
I'm fibbing.
Nuclear science.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
We had a nuclear scientist in once, didn't we?
Yeah,
We had a
have one
rocket
today.
scientist.
We had a rocket scientist in, yeah. He lost, actually. What about... Aidan, what about you? What are your strengths and weaknesses?
I don't know, none particularly. I think I've got a fairly broad knowledge, but it's kind of specific within each category. So I couldn't say I'm great at science, but there's... Say, if space questions come up, I'd probably back myself, but if biology or chemistry come up, I'd be knackered.
OK, no, that's fine. It's often the way with general knowledge. A bit of general knowledge just across everything, as Aidan has, is actually very useful. That's what the Eggheads basically dine out on. Because you're all actors, I'm thinking, Lisa, there could be some great bluffing going on here. You can actually front it.
I think actors can surprise people because we spend a lot of time waiting around on sets and we read lots of newspapers and books and things to pass the time. So hopefully that might show.
Yeah, I think this does sound promising. Good luck, challengers. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our Celebrities Chosen charity. If they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. Now, Cliffhangers, the Eggheads have taken on 9 celebrity teams and beaten them all. But I think that's good. I think that's good because it means that you just say, look, if it goes your way, you're going to be the first of 10.
The bar's nice and low.
Yes.
In a way, that's right. And the great thing here is every time someone loses, the jackpot increases, so there's £10,000 to play for.
Really?
For your charities. So would you like to try and win it?
We'd love to win it.
We're going for it. OK, here we go. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of geography, and one of you needs to decide to do it against one of the Eggheads. So either Judith, Kevin, Beth, Dave or Lisa.
I'll have a go.
Yeah, why don't you?
I'm going to go Lisa to Lisa, I think.
What a great idea, and of course a nightmare for the presenter as well. Lisa... So Lisa from the Cliffhangers and Lisa from the Eggheads are going to go first into the question room to ensure there's no conferring. Please take your positions. So Lisa, challenger, you've stepped into the breach here.
Well, I saw that none of the boys wanted to do it, really, so I thought I'd maybe just get one out the way and see how we go.
And looking at your acting credits, there's so much I don't know whether we call it a bill or soap opera, but you've had EastEnders, you've had Hollyoaks, there's so much going on.
Yeah. I've been acting since I was a child. I went to stage school, so it's something I've always done. Then I had a bit of a spate of being a loose woman for a while, which was fun, but it's not a job. Being a loose woman isn't a job, so you have to eventually go back and do a bit of acting or whatever it is you do, so.
Let's see how we go here. On geography, Lisa, your choice. Would you like to go first or second?
Second, please.
OK, so over to Lisa the Egghead with the first question. What are the Brecon Beacons in Wales? Lisa, beaches, mountains or lakes?
Every time I've climbed up one of them, they've been mountains.
They are indeed mountains. Lisa Maxwell, Lake Superior is the largest lake on which continent? Lisa, is it Africa, North America or Australia? Lake Superior.
I don't think it's Africa. For some reason, I was thinking of Canada for some strange reason. So, as America's sort of nearer to Canada, I'm thinking it might be an American lake. Lake Superior. Don't think it's in Australia. I don't know why I don't think it's in Australia. Lake Superior. I think it's in North America.
Let's check with the boys here. Guys,
North America.
They absolutely agree. North America is quite right. OK. Lisa Teal, your second question. At its northern end, the Bosphorus connects with which inland sea? Black Sea, Caspian Sea, or Aral Sea?
Oh, joy. I always get the Black and the Caspian mixed up. It always happens. I think it is the Black Sea. Let's have a little think. Caspian might be a bit further up. But yeah, I mean, this literally will be on my tombstone. Lisa Teal, she always got the Black and Caspian Seas mixed up. No, I think it is the Black Sea.
Black Sea is correct. We needed that to go wrong, didn't we, Lisa?
We did. I didn't know that at all.
OK, here's your second question. Our challenger. Necker Island, owned by Richard Branson, is part of which island group? Florida Keys, Bahamas, or British Virgin Islands?
I think I know this because I remember looking to see how much it would be to go there, and I couldn't believe the price of it. I think it's something crazy, thousands and thousands a week. Necker. I don't think it's in Florida. I don't think it's the Florida Keys, any of the Florida Keys. Bahamas, no, I don't. There's like Nassau and all of that, and I don't. And no, Necker isn't one of those. I think it's the Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands.
British Virgin Islands is correct. Well done. Lisa, your question. Which is the northernmost of New York City's 5 boroughs? The Bronx, Staten Island, or Manhattan?
So you have to sail up from Staten Island to get to Manhattan, and it is up rather than down. And the Bronx is north of Manhattan. Yes, the Bronx is north of Manhattan. Honestly, I doubt everything I say at the moment. I think it must be the Bronx.
It is the Bronx. You got 3 out of 3. So Lisa, our challenger, you must get this right to stay in. Misr is the name used by locals for which country? And Misr is M-I-S-R. Is it Greece, Egypt, or Croatia?
Misr. M-I-S-R. Well, it kind of sounds... It feels like there's a vowel missing somewhere. M-I-S-R. It could be a Greek word, but I've never heard of it, and I've been to Greece on holiday a few times. Croatia. Croatian word is Croatians. It sounds very similar to Italian. Misa doesn't sound like an Italian word. M-I-S-R. I think I'm going to have to go with Egypt because I know a little bit more about Greece and I've never come across that word before. So I think it might be an Egyptian word.
Egypt is correct. You're playing so well.
Oh my goodness.
So no questions wrong so far from our challengers, but not for the Eggheads either. 3 questions each, the scores are level, we go to sudden death. Lisa, Egghead, gets a bit harder. I don't give you different options. Here we go. Which Scottish island is widely known as the Queen of the Hebrides?
Hebridean Islands, come on. Is it the Isle of Skye, Jeremy?
No, it's the island of Islay.
Well, I'd have been a long way from that.
OK, Lisa, for our challengers. If you get one right, you're going to be in the final. Shreveport is a city in which US state?
What's the name of it again?
Shreveport, which is Shreveport.
Right. The only place where I know there are lots of ports, I'm thinking of like sort of on the East Coast, like Boston, Hyannis Port and other ports. Shreve. Is there a person called Shreve? Is it named after somebody? Shreve. Shreveport, in which US state? So I'm thinking if it's East Coast and it's sort of Boston, Massachusetts. So I'm going to have to say that because I can't think of anything else. It would be a real stab in the dark otherwise.
So it's Massachusetts.
I think.
Louisiana is the right
Oh,
answer.
okay.
So you're somewhere off. It's down the south. Lisa, the cribbar, also known as the Widowmaker, is a large wave popular with daredevil surfers that forms off the coast of which English county?
Go for where the majority of the surfers hang out and say Cornwall?
Cornwall is right, near Newquay. So you must get this right. Lisa, our challenger, to stay in. Gatton Lake is an artificial lake that forms a large section of which man-made waterway?
Can you spell that for me? Gatton.
Gatun.
Gatton is an artificial lake and it's part of a man-made waterway. A man-made waterway. I don't even know what one of those is. Is that like a canal? I don't know. I've no idea. Sorry.
Take a stab at it.
Man-made waterway. Don't know.
Okay, so you're passing. Let's see if your teammates, now you're so close. You know?
We were thinking Panama.
Yeah, you're right. Panama Canal is the answer. So you were very close. Once you hit the word canal, I thought you were going to go Suez Canal, Panama Canal. There aren't that many.
I was thinking in England, actually. It just sounded like an English name to me,
Gatton.
so I didn't even, yeah. Like, I was
Panama
thinking
Canal.
of Gatton, and I think Gatcombe went into my mind, and, you know.
Panama Canal is the answer. So
Okay.
Lisa, well done. You're in the final round. Lisa Teal, that is, from the Eggheads. Sorry, Lisa, from the challenges. You've been knocked out. Fought the good fight, though.
Thank
Come
you.
back to us, please. We'll play on. So as it stands, the Cliffhangers have lost a brain from the final round after a brilliant fight by Lisa. The Eggheads are still all there. Lisa, the Egghead, is still in. And the next subject for you is politics. Now, who would like this?
Oh, my God.
Is this the one where we had the gap?
Oh, man.
Oh,
Oh, gee.
I haven't got a
What
prayer
do
on
That
it.
I said straight away that was my worst one.
okay, okay.
I would
Does
say I
anyone want
haven't
to have
got
a
a
go at
prayer on
it?
it. I'll take the bullet, but I don't expect anything but a whitewash.
It might not be, I mean, are all of the Eggheads really good at politics? So if you maybe bag yourself a
Like I said, I think picking an egghead
politics.
to go up against is like, you know, it's a bit like, well, just poke me in the left eye or poke me in the right eye.
Give it a go.
They're sat there for a reason.
Aidan,
I'll
before
take you, man, Dave.
All right, so Aidan from the Cliffhangers on politics versus Dave from the Eggheads. And to ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. So I have to not call you Joe Roscoe, Aidan. That's the key thing.
Yeah, if you can avoid it.
Which I always think is a part you look as if you love playing.
Yeah, it was. I had a really fun few years there. It was, you know, went in with Gillian Telforth as me mum and the boys that played me brothers. It was, you know, we had our nice little family unit there.
Yeah, and we're talking Hollyoaks. And the Roscoe family were a big hit, weren't they, with the people who love it?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, you know, we're told that, you know, that they'd never had fans waiting at the gates before, and when we arrived, like a bit like a boy band, I think, you know, the fans used to come and wait for us there, and we won the Best Soap Award, didn't we, after our first full year on screen? So I think we left a nice legacy there.
Do you find you're spending so much time as the character, whether it's, you know, in Emmerdale you were Miles D'Souza or whether it's Joe Roscoe, that you almost go home and you go to bed and you wake up and you're still Joe Roscoe?
Yeah. Sometimes you dream it and stuff. So I think with the soaps, there's there's not many places to hide, I would say.
And everyone then thinks you are the character when you're outside the
Yeah, they do.
set.
They do, yeah. People come up and start these conversations and tell you what's happened and who to watch out for and what have you. But, you know, you just take that as people, you know, who obviously enjoy the show, and that's great.
So, politics, Aidan, and you're against the man we call tremendous knowledge, Dave. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Here we go, Aidan. I know it's not your choice of subject, so good luck here. In US politics, what name is given to a proposed law or policy? Caucus, bill, or grant?
Well, it's definitely not a grant. I can't think it's a caucus. I mean, as soon as I heard you say it, my guess is a bill. I seem to recall a Simpsons episode where they did something like that. So, based on my knowledge of the Simpsons, I'm going to go with bill.
Bill is right. And funny enough, the Simpsons seem to provide us with a lot of answers, Dave, don't
Yes,
they? If you
they
watch
do.
the Simpsons, you know a lot of answers to quiz questions.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Everything comes up through the Simpsons.
Yes, it does.
OK, Dave, your question. Which of these politicians was born first? Ed Miliband, Silvio Berlusconi, or Nigel Farage?
Right. It's not Nigel Farage and it's not Ed Miliband. I believe it's Silvio Berlusconi, please.
Silvio Berlusconi was definitely born first. Well done, Dave. One each. Back to you, Aidan. The Logting, which translates as law thing, is the name of the parliament of which island group? Is it the Faroe Islands, Frisian Islands, or Falkland Islands?
Could you just spell Logting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's L-O, and the O has a diagonal line through it.
Okay.
Top right to bottom left.
Yeah.
So L-O-G-T-I-N-G, Logting.
Well, the O with the diagonal line through it is a Scandinavian thing, I think. Certainly from playing a lot of Football Manager, and you can pick up some really good bargains from the Scandinavian leagues. A lot of their names, they'll have the O with the diagonal through it. So, and I'm going to go with the Faroe Islands.
Faroe Islands is your answer. Let's just check, Eggheads, where are the Frisian Islands first?
Well, some of them are off the Dutch coast, some are off the German coast. They're
Dutch and German.
spread over a couple of countries.
OK, Falklands we know about. What's the answer here?
Faroes.
Faroe is right, Aidan. Well done. 2 out of 2. Hey! Dave, when a guest on Desert Island Discs, what did Theresa May choose as her luxury item? An Aston Martin, a crate of Scottish whiskey, or a lifetime subscription to Vogue?
What a question. Depends on when she was on, because this has passed me by. Now, if she was on when she's a cabinet minister, I would have thought an Aston Martin is going to be a bit of a, in austerity times, a bit too flash. Crate of Scottish whiskey is not doing it for me. And the obvious answer would be a lifetime subscription to Vogue, but I've got very deep misgivings about this. But politically speaking, it has passed me by. It's a guess, this. I'm going to go a lifetime subscription to Vogue, please.
A lifetime subscription to Vogue is the correct answer. Well done, Dave. Aidan, your question, third question, could be crucial here. The most recent occasion that one party won more than 50% of the popular vote in a UK general election was in which year? 1931, 1945, or 2010?
Most recent that a party won more than 50%.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe it'd be as recent as 2010, because nobody's popularity seems to be that high. 31 was in between the First and Second World War, obviously. I'm leaning towards 45, simply with it being the year the Second World War came to an end, and you know, maybe the government having steered us through that, their popularity may have been high, but I could be way off the mark there. I'm going to have to go with 45. That's my gut instinct. I go against my gut instinct, and then often I should have stuck with it, so I'm going to go with it.
Lisa's giving me a look. And you're trying to work it out. What do you think?
Well, the boys think the same as Aidan, but I remember seeing somewhere that Tony Blair got a ridiculously high vote one time, but I don't know if that was in 2010, so I was thinking it might be 2010.
Well, Blair left power in 07.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
45 was an interesting election, Aidan, because this is when Churchill lost, isn't it? So it's a funny old thing. He comes through the Second World War and he's voted out.
Yeah.
It's actually, with this, you've got to go back to 1931. 31 is the answer. All right. Dave, you have a chance to take the round, therefore, with this question. The former Danish Prime Minister, Helle Thorning-Schmidt, married which British politician in 1996? Stephen Kinnock, Boris Johnson, or Nick Clegg?
Don't believe it's Boris Johnson. Don't believe it's Nick Clegg. I seem to remember her father and mother-in-law were Neil and Glenys Kinnock. So logically, that leads me to Stephen Kinnock. Please.
The answer is Stephen Kinnock. Dave, we say well done. Sorry, Aidan, but a very good performance when it's not your subject, I must say. And you were edging closer and closer to 1931 as well. Aidan knocked out. Dave in the final. Return to us, please. We'll play round 3. As it stands, the Cliffhangers have lost 2 brains now from the final round. The Eggheads have not lost any so far. And your next subject is sport. Yes. Ah, that's good.
All right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Stephen?
I'd love to do sports. That's
Brilliant.
all right.
Okay, that's good to hear. Who would you like to take on? Any of these 3 nearest to me, Beth, Kevin, or Judith?
I'm going to go with either Beth or Judith, but I'm going to choose Judith, please.
Very good. So it's
I like that look as well, then, Judith.
She's not happy. Not happy at all. Stephen from the Cliffhangers versus Judith from the Eggheads on sport. Please take your positions. Well, I'm sorry to take you back to Coronation Street, Stephen, but we're all fascinated with what the routine is like and how hard the work is and all of that.
Yeah, you know, you work long hours when you're there. You do probably, if your main storyline, you do like 12 hours a day most days. But it's all part and parcel of it. You know, it's if your main storyline, you're working regular and you're doing something that you can stick your teeth into. You know, it's great.
And when you joined, I think you were 18 and you were only supposed to be in it for 1 episode and you were stuck in it for 15 years.
Yeah, I was about 20, actually, about 2021, and I went in for 1 episode, and John Savardant, that played Fred, suggested that he could use me for another episode, so I did another one, and I got a phone call a week later, and 15 years down the line.
So, and you mentioned Fred. He was supposed to be your uncle, and then he turned out to be your father.
He wasn't even my uncle at first. I was a YTS apprentice, and then as the story developed and the characters developed, he then became his uncle, and then for a major storyline, which is a lovely storyline, to be honest, he ended up being my dad. So, yeah, that's soaps for you. Brilliant.
Stephen, sport against Judith. Would you like to go first or second?
I would like to go second, please.
OK, Judith, here we go. We know all about sport, don't we?
We know about playing it, anyhow.
Not your favourite. The phrases to throw in the towel and on the ropes are derived from which sport? Boxing, rowing or sailing?
I think I do know that one. That's boxing.
It is boxing. Well done. Stephen, which of these sporting competitions was invented first? Formula One World Championship, Winter Olympics or FA Cup?
I can't see it being Formula One. Do you know what? Because football's 18... Originate. I'm going to go with FA Cup.
Dave will know this, Dave?
Yeah, FA Cup's 1872. I think the Winter Olympics is 24. And I think the Formula One World Championship, 1950.
FA Cup was 1872. You're quite right. The FA Cup is correct. Judith, which American golfer and former Open champion is nicknamed Wild Thing? David Duval, John Daly, or Bubba Watson?
You call Wild Thing?
Wild Thing.
Well, I know Bubba Watson is an Open champion. I'm not sure. I think it might be Bubba Watson.
Stephen, is she right?
I think it's John Daly.
John Daly is the right answer. Oh. OK, maybe it's turning now towards the challengers. Stephen, get this right to go into the lead. Ravichandran Ashwin plays cricket for which international team? Pakistan, South Africa or India?
Do you know, this is probably my weakest subject in sport. I didn't really want a cricket question, but something just come out to me then. I can't see him being South African. My gut instinct was Pakistan, so I'm going to go with Pakistan, please.
OK. Dave, is he right?
No, Indian spin bowler and occasional good batsman, but India.
India is the right answer. So level. Third question, Judith. England goalkeeper Peter Shilton made his senior debut in 1966, playing for which team? Southampton, Leicester City or Nottingham Forest?
His senior debut,
Senior debut.
1966. Well, if it's his senior one, and it's kind of his last job, maybe it's Leicester City.
Yeah, I mean, you've got it right, actually. It is Leicester City, but senior debut, I think, meaning not as a child player, not as a youth player, but in the main team.
Oh, no, I thought it meant when he's kind of retired from...
I know you did, but he's not, he's not that old. 1966, Peter Shilton, senior debut, Leicester City is the right answer, Judith, well done. So I don't know how she did that, Stephen.
I don't.
Me neither,
The
but well
logic
done
was
to her.
all over the place
all
there.
the wrong logic.
OK, you need to get this right to stay in, Stephen. Billy Bean is a celebrated team manager in which sport? Baseball, ice hockey, or basketball? This to stay in.
I'm going to go with a total guess, but again, my gut instinct is just saying baseball.
Baseball is correct. Well done. I think Brad Pitt played him in a film called Moneyball.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It might have
come out
rung
to-
a bell.
Yeah.
Well done. Scores level. After 3 questions, we go to sudden death.
Now we've had it.
Judith, not multiple choice now. Which Florida-based American football team won every game during the 1972 regular season before going on to triumph in Super Bowl VII?
The Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins is correct.
No, really?
Yes, really. Well, she went Florida, Miami, Miami Dolphins. That's how she did that. That's why she's a quizzer. OK, Stephen. Caris Davina are the real first names of which British Paralympian and Baroness?
I really haven't got a clue about that. I'm just thinking there's got to be a clue in there, but I just can't think of any. No, I'm sorry. I've not got an answer for that.
You want to just take a stab? British Paralympian?
No, I'm sorry, I haven't got a clue.
OK, let me just go to you've passed. Let me go to your teammates here.
Dame Tammy Gray-Thompson.
Dame Tanny Gray-Thompson is the answer.
No, I wouldn't have got that.
Done.
Oh, Stephen. Knocked out by Judith, who's trying very hard not to look pleased with herself and not succeeding. All right, come back to us. One more round to play. OK, as it stands, the Cliffhangers, who we're loving having here, are having a bit of a difficult time, although not playing at all badly. The Eggheads are just playing very well. You've lost 3 brains. The Eggheads have not lost 1 so far. But we have another subject for you, and it's film and TV.
Yes, that's better.
You're going to go film and TV. That's what you said.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Well, listen, if Scott goes out here, you're going to be on your own in the final.
Well,
Sean,
yeah,
so
that's the thing.
you will be answering questions, so don't worry about that. There's no
Okay.
question about it. Which Egghead would you like to take on? You've got left Kevin, known as the Grandmaster, or Beth next to Kevin.
I'm going for Kevin.
Scott from the Cliffhangers versus Kevin from the Eggheads. Please go to the question room for the last time. I feel I've got to describe you as multi-talented, Scott, which must be a real bore for you. Where do we start? The Rear of the Year award?
Rear of the Year, 2002. Yeah, very proud of that, actually, unashamedly so.
Well, of course, and the music as well. Tell us about your band.
Well, yeah, I've spent quite a lot of the last decade touring around with my band. We're not doing as much these days, but I play guitar and I still sing a lot. So I've been keeping quite busy with that and doing other things on top of that as well, musically.
And your character in Coronation Street was Sam Kingston.
Sam Kingston, the garage mechanic, he spent a great deal of his time with his T-shirt off, if viewers might remember that. So, yeah, it's quite a long time ago now.
He stripped in The Rover's Return, I think.
Correct,
as well.
he did that, an exotic dance in The Rover's Return.
Yeah, well, maybe, so the Rear of the Year followed that. We're seeing a connection here.
It did, yeah, definitely.
OK, good stuff. I know you love your screen. And would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Here we go. Which of these is a famous quote from the film Toy Story? Scott, is it "You ain't heard nothing yet," "I'm the king of the world," or "To infinity and beyond"?
Well, I've got a 6-year-old daughter, Lex, who's watched all the Toy Stories, so I have had to watch them over and over again. So I'm going to go "To infinity and beyond."
Yes, of course, "To infinity and beyond." Well done. Kevin, which of these films starred Michael Caine? Lawrence of Arabia, Zulu, or The Great Escape?
Well, funnily enough, the answer is Zulu. And seeing that at the cinema when I was about 7 was what inspired an interest in the Zulu War, which subsequently was my final in the subject when I won Mastermind.
Oh, right.
But yeah, it's Zulu.
Zulu is the right answer. Well done, Kevin. OK, Scott, back to you. The comedy double act Morecambe and Wise often closed their shows with a rendition of which song? Moon River, Underneath the Arches, or Bring Me Sunshine?
Well, we talked about Rear of the Year, so it's not Moon River before. It's Bring Me Sunshine. I'm going to go with that.
Bring Me Sunshine it is. Well done, Scott. 2 out of 2. Making light work of it so far. Kevin, the Shipmans and the Wests are families in which TV comedy series? Gavin and Stacey, Him and Her, or The Thick of It?
I don't think The Thick of It really involves families. Him and Her focuses on a couple, really. But I seem to remember that the name of one of the families in Gavin and Stacey was West. I think, didn't Rob Brydon played Bryn West or something like that? Anyway, I think it's Gavin and Stacey.
Gavin and Stacey is correct. So, 2-2 after 2 questions. Scott, the third, as we know, can be crucial. Who played the title role in the 1960s TV version of Batman? Scott, was it Adam West, Burt Ward, or George Reeves?
It was Adam West.
Adam West is the right answer, Scott. Well done. OK, third question to Kevin. Maybe Kevin will trip up here. Which film star celebrated his 100th birthday in 2016? Kevin, was it Robert Mitchum, Kirk Douglas, or Gene Hackman?
Yeah, actually, Gene Hackman's a bit younger. But Kirk Douglas and Robert Mitchum were born fairly close together, but the one who turned 100 in 2016 was Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas is correct. So 3 out of 3 for you both. We go to sudden death. Last round before the final. And Scott, your question. I don't give you options. Nichelle Nichols played the role of Uhura in which science fiction TV series of the 1960s?
Star Trek.
Star Trek's right. The boys and team leader love that. I was going to say the boys love that, but Lisa was celebrating as well. OK, Kevin. The TV drama Doc Martin, starring Martin Clunes, is set in which English county?
I believe it's set in a seaside town in Cornwall.
Cornwall is correct. Sudden death. Scott, back to you. In which country was the actress Margot Robbie born?
Margot Robbie was born in, it would be easy to say America, but it's not, it's Australia.
It is Australia.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Good man.
Kevin, you don't get to 500 million friends without making a few enemies, is the tagline of which 2010 film?
You don't get to 500 million friends without making a few enemies.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming then that this is the one about the founding of Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, and so it's The Social Network.
The Social Network is right. Scott, the TV property show Grand Designs is presented by Kevin who?
Kevin MacLeod.
Kevin MacLeod is right. Kevin, who won the Leading Actor Award at the 2016 TV BAFTAs for his performance in the drama series Wolf Hall?
Well, the one... I'm just because There were stage and TV versions of Wolf Hall, so I'm just saying. But the one who played Thomas Cromwell on TV was Mark Rylance.
Mark Rylance is right. Scott, who played the title role of an aging Sherlock Holmes in the 2015 film Mr. Holmes?
Who played the title role of an aging Sherlock Holmes, 2015? I know it. I can see the cover of the film, and I'm racking my brains at the moment. Oh. I cannot dredge that from the back of my memory. And I really know it, and I'm going to really regret not remembering this. As it stands, I can't think of anybody, so I'm just going to say Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is your answer. Let's see. Team, do we know?
McKellen.
Ian McKellen,
Oh,
who actually I think has been in Coronation Street.
yeah.
Yes, he has.
Don't rub it in.
All right. I won't rub it in, sorry. I won't mention that again. Kevin, you have a chance now to take the round with this question. In 2015, the actor Joe Manganiello married which actress from the TV comedy series Modern Family? This for the round.
Well, I don't watch Modern Family, and I've only got one actress's name from it, so and she's probably considered the lead actress in it. She's one of the highest paid actresses around, and that's Sofia Vergara, but whether it's her, I don't know. Sofia Vergara?
Sofia Vergara is the right answer, Kevin. You've taken the round. He is very, very good. Sorry, Scott. And I know you knew that.
I knew that one, yeah.
No, but I know you knew the Ian
I
McKellen,
know.
really. You
I
got
know,
the
I
poster
did.
in your mind.
I know.
All right, we've done 4 rounds. We can play the final. Return to us and we'll do it. So this is what we've been playing towards. It's time for the final round, which as always is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Lisa, Stephen, Scott and Aidan from the Cliffhangers, would you please now leave the studio? Well, here we are, Sean.
Well,
I know this wasn't quite the plan.
no, it wasn't the plan. And as the day has progressed, we have kind of, as a team, realised that Scott was probably our font of knowledge. And we must admit, Scott's made a good impression of himself today. So really, we could have done with Scott being here. But even so, we're against 5 Eggheads.
Don't worry, honestly, you can do it. People have done it from that position. So you're playing to win £10,000 for your charities. Lisa, Dave, Beth, Kevin, Judith, you're playing for something that money can't buy, the Eggheads' reputation. Now, as usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. They're all general knowledge. You may confer. Sorry that doesn't help you, Sean.
Yeah, OK.
Question is, can your one brain defeat these 5? Would you like to go first or second?
I suppose I better go first.
And here we go. General knowledge, Sean. Good luck. Hartlepool is a seaport in which county of the UK? Durham, Cumbria or Kent?
It's, well, Kent and Cumbria are nowhere near Hartlepool, because Hartlepool is in Durham.
Durham is quite right. And you had a cookbook which was called?
The Great Northern Cookbook.
So there we are. That's. I'm sure there's at least one Hartlepool dish in there. OK, Eggheads. Henry Hill and Jimmy Conway are characters in which film? Apocalypse Now, The Shawshank Redemption or Goodfellas?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. Robert De Niro and Ray Liotta. Well, Ray Liotta's Henry Hill.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro's Jimmy Conway.
All right then. I'm reliably informed that's Goodfellas.
Goodfellas is correct. Good answer. Might have tripped me up, that one. You got that?
Nope.
Here's your question. Which of these actors claims to have had an impromptu boxing match with the Dalai Lama? Gary Busey, Brian Blessed, or Danny Dyer?
OK, well, I think I know this. Brian Blessed has had many a foray to the Everest region. And I would have thought would have taken great curiosity in Buddhism and would have had an opportunity to meet the Dalai Lama. And I would have thought something must have happened and Brian Blessed was that very man.
Brian Blessed is correct.
Hey.
Hey, that's good. OK, Eggheads. The Ural Mountains mark the traditional boundary between which 2 continents? Europe and Asia, Africa and Asia, or North and South America?
Europe and
Europe
Asia.
and Asia.
Europe and Asia.
Yeah, they are the border between Europe and Asia.
Yes, the boundary between Europe and Asia. Correct answer. 2 each. Back to you, Sean. Which of these words refers specifically to eagles? Eagles. Bubeline, Pavonine, or Aquiline?
Oh, no. Here sits a bird watcher. But a lot of the lines I know, this particular one of eagles, Bubeline, Pavoline, Aquiline. Not looking at Aquiline, don't think. As these are probably Greek names for those groups of birds. Pavoline, Pavonine, Bubeline. There's no real clues in there, really. Bubeline, Pavoline. Okay, well, it's one of those two, methinks. And I can't think of any reason. Oh, I've never even heard of Bubeline. So I'm going to go for Pavoline.
Pavonine. Now, is there some way of getting this out? The Roman stuff? What's going on?
The Latin for eagle is aquila.
As
So that
Aquila.
will take you to Aquiline.
Okay.
Aquiline is the
Okay.
answer. So is it people describe it as having aquiline nose, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which means like an eagle's
Got a
beak.
big beak.
A beaky
Oh,
nose.
well.
Beaky nose. Aquiline. Aquiline.
Pavonine is peacocks.
Pavonine is peacocks. 2 each after 3 questions to Sean. But this is your third. You can end the contest with this, Eggheads. The fictional schoolboy, Billy Bunter, was created by which writer? Richmal Crompton, Frank Richards, or Thomas Hughes?
Frank Richards.
Is it ain't the other two?
Yes, Frank Richards.
Frank Richards. Yep, that's Frank Richards.
You seem pretty certain, Eggheads, that the words came out quite promptly there.
Yeah.
Yep.
it is right.
Well, Richmond Compton was William.
And who was Thomas Hughes?
Tom Brown's School Days.
Tom Brown's School Days. The correct answer is Frank Richards. We say congratulations, Eggheads. You have won.
Well played.
Did you say you're a bird watcher, right?
Yes, but I didn't. I've never really studied the Greek names for any of the birds. It's not really interested me, but I am quite a bird watcher. so-
Yeah, well, no,
Passerines, I know all the passerines, but I didn't know the name for the eagles. Never mind.
But great to see you. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks ever so
playing.
much, and it's been lovely. It really has.
And
we've
great-
all enjoyed ourselves.
Great for us. Thank you, team.
Yes.
Wonderful to see you. Commiserations to our cliffhangers. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them. Certainly seems to be about against the celeb teams at the moment. Why you've got this superhuman power at the moment. Your winning streak continues. It does mean that the challengers haven't won the £10,000, so we'll roll it over to our next show. Eggheads, congrats. Will you ever be beaten by a celeb team? Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to take them down. There'll be £11,000 on the table. Till we quiz again, goodbye.